inhibitors, let's talk about inhibitors of electron transport chain. So what will happen when glucose is going, glucose is converting into carbon dioxide, energy is flowing like this, NADH, and then NADH to electron transport chain is forming ATP. So now, if you can see anywhere, blockade anywhere will be blockade ultimately everywhere. Isn't it true? Because I told you to remember in terms of flow. So if you block this electron transport chain, don't you think this will also be blocked? So it will also be blocked. So what happens? This, when you inhibit this phosphorylation electron transport chain, ATP production, phosphorylation, ATP production will be reduced. Then proton pump, because this electron transport chain pump, so proton pump will also be inhibited. And then oxygen consumption is also by this. So oxygen consumption will also be inhibited. And then as a result, from glycolysis, there will be high lactic acid production. High lactic acid. Okay. So these are the presentation. You can see stop. So ATP synthesis stop, proton pump stop, oxygen consumption stop, and then lactic acid will be very high. So this is the result of inhibitor. So this is the very, very important things of electron transport inhibitor. Now let's see this. Let's talk about this. Now you can see there are many inhibitors. I don't want you to remember all inhibitors. I will give you very important. So just remember one. Just remember one. A for amobarbital, A for complex 1. 1. A is first letter, complex 1. Amobarbital is a drug. Not now, that it is not used now, but it is used to be used. Remember BAL, 1, 2, 3 letter. So this is British anti-levicide. British, only remember 1, 2, British anti-levicide. And this is actually treatment for, this is used for treatment of arsenic poisoning. Okay, but while treating this arsenic poisoning, if you give this in very high quantity, this is your friend because it is a drug, and it becomes your enemy because it will inhibit complex 3. BAL will inhibit complex 3. Okay, so BAL inhibits complex 3, amobarbital inhibits complex 1, and this complex 4. Let's talk about complex. This is very, very important. Hydrogen sulfide will inhibit complex 4, carbon monoxide will inhibit complex 4, and cyanide will inhibit complex 4. So we will study in detail about this complex 4 inhibitors. These are very important. Especially cyanide and carbon monoxide poisoning is very important. Now let's see about complex 2 inhibitor. Don't you think we have already done this malonate as succinate dehydrogenase inhibitor? This is succinate dehydrogenase, and complex 2 is succinate dehydrogenase. So malonate, if you remember, I told you tricarboxylic acid with 3 carbon, like this. This is malonate. This is malonate. And don't confuse with malonate with malate. I told you dicarboxylic acid, malate. You put 1 carbon here, like this, and then you add OH here. This becomes malate. This becomes malonate is inhibitor of complex 2. It is actually competitive inhibitor of succinate. Now, flow of electron from complex 2 to coenzyme Q is blocked by these 2 components. And this is not that important, but remember carboxyl and TTFA. These are inhibitor of this. So we will talk about this. Now, ATP synthase is also inhibited. So inhibitor of ATP synthase, especially F0 complex, FO complex by oligomycin. FO complex is inhibited by oligomycin. O complex by oligo. So it is not that difficult to remember. So we will directly jump to complex 4. So cyanide poisonings, you can see powerful poison. It is very, very powerful. It will inhibit cytochrome oxidase. The complex 4 will inhibit complex 4 by combining with A3. And cyanide may arise from cyanogenic substance. I will tell you one cyanogenic substance. Wood have cyanogenic substance. So cyanide poisoning generally arises from that cyanogenic substance. One is wood, one is one drug. So I will tell you about that. Carbon monoxide poisoning is from automobile exhaust or house fire. can produce this carbon monoxide poisoning. Now hydrogen sulfide is released from this oil drilling. When oil is drilled, then there will be release of hydrogen sulfide. Azide is as preservative, chemical preservative. These three are very important. Azide you will see in chemical preservative. Many drugs, chemical reagent that is done to lab, that is used to do laboratory test have azide generally as chemical preservative. So these three are very important. We will talk about this. So atractoloside, I have already told you. Oligomycin, you have already told you. Now you carbon monoxide poisoning. So carbon monoxide poisoning, you know, combustion and paint strippers. So these are the actually main sources: combustion, smoking, fires, car exhaust, and gas. These are the main source of carbon monoxide poisoning. If question comes, question will have carbon source also mentioned, and that is how you can easily separate. So carbon monoxide, you know, carbon monoxide will bind to hemoglobin. Hemoglobin, same way oxygen binds. So this our machine, that oximeter cannot, pulse oximeter can only bind, only actually recognize the molecule bound hemoglobin. It cannot differentiate between, this pulse oximeter cannot differentiate between whether it is bound with oxygen or carbon monoxide. So that is why this pulse oximeter will show 100% 100% saturated, because in place of carbon monoxide, oxygen, carbon monoxide is bound to hemoglobin, and this carbon monoxide has very high affinity to oxygen, very high affinity to hemoglobin than oxygen. It has got 200 times more affinity with hemoglobin, and that is why all the hemoglobin is replaced by this carbamino hemoglobin. Understood? And this hemoglobin actually resembles very similar to this oxyhemoglobin by pulse oximeter. That is why pulse oximeter cannot find out carbon monoxide poisoning. So pulse oximeter will read both carbon monoxide and oxygen saturated. I have already explained. That is why you use a different type of instrument. This is called co-oximeter. So I will not go into detail of co-oximeter. Just understand this different pulse oximeter cannot be used, because this pulse oximeter is very generally used. That is why. So you know this, the patients, because this oxyhemoglobin or carbaminohemoglobin is bright red, that is why lip will be cherry red, and cheeks and lip will be cherry red in such patients. Headache will be there, and because this will inhibit this electron flow, so oxygen is not utilized, and then the patient will have oxygen thirst. If oxygen thirst is there, there will be tachypnea, and if oxygen thirst is there, tissue is not getting oxygen, the tissue will actually send the signal to heart, and heart will also pump very fast. So tachypnea and tachycardia both will happen together. So what is the antidote? Give the patient 100% oxygen, so that this, because carbon monoxide has very high affinity, once you give this oxygen is in very high concentration, then this oxygen slowly will replace this carbon monoxide, and then patient will be saved. So this is hemoglobin, and at the same time this oxygen will also replace, because we are talking about electron transport chain. So this carbon monoxide also will actually bind complex 4, and this complex 4 carbon monoxide will also be actually removed because of this oxygen, high oxygen. It will also be removed, because you know complex 4 also has Hem group, as hemoglobin has. That carbon monoxide will go and bind with Ma and A, especially A3. Ma3, it will go and bind Ma3, and that is why this high percentage oxygen will replace this all. So carbon monoxide will poison both hemoglobin and complex 4 both. So that is why carbon monoxide is very, very, very important. Now you can see these are the instruments. You can see this is co-oximeter, pulse oximeter. I give pictures so that it will build your memory. That is the purpose of adding picture. Now cyanide you can see, so polyurethane is actually petrochemical resin that actually is used to paint the wood, and this, when you burn this chemical, it will release cyanide. So cyanide poisoning happens in house fire because of burning of woods. So from polyurethane, cyanide is released, and this cyanide will cause cyanide poisoning. So burning, actually house fire will cause both. House fire will cause carbon monoxide and cyanide poisoning together. Okay, house fire will cause carbon monoxide and cyanide poisoning together. So burning furniture mattresses give with, so, and this drug is sodium nitroprusside. This drug can cause cyanide poisoning, and that is why this drug should be given with, this is formulated with thiosulfate. The cyanide that is released in your body will be actually neutralized by this thiosulfate. It will convert, thiosulfate will convert this cyanide into thiocyanide. So thiocyanide is a less toxic and it is easily excreted in the urine. So you can see again tachycardia because of blockade of oxygen, tachypnea and tachycardia. And if oxygen is not there, obviously your brain will not get oxygen, brain will lack energy. So headache, the patient will lose the consciousness, seizure will happen in all cases of this electron transport chain inhibitor. So this is the drug that you use in heart failure and high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, high blood pressure, sodium nitroprusside. This is the formula of sodium nitroprusside, iron at the center, cyanide at the periphery. So this is sodium nitroprusside, and this cyanide is released from sodium nitroprusside, and this cyanide is toxic. What is the antioxidant of this cyanide? So these are the antioxidant of cyanide. You give the nitrite. So what does nitrite do? Nitrite will, there is iron is present in Fe2 state in hemoglobin. So it will change this Fe2 state to Fe3 plus state. And this Fe3, this cyanide cannot bind this. Cyanide cannot bind this, but cyanide can bind this. So when you change your hemoglobin ferrous into this ferric, and this ferric hemoglobin is called methemoglobin, then it will bind, and that is present in the complex 4. So it will take this cyanide from this complex 4, and then you add sodium thiocyanide, and this sodium thiocyanide will convert this cyanide that is extracted from this into thiocyanide, and this thiocyanide will be excreted in the urine. So this is how you treat through nitrite and thiosulfate, treat the cyanide poison.